Welcome back. Josh Weber here, CEO of Big Red Jelly. Today we're talking about Chapter 8 in the Big Red Jelly proven process phase of growth. So the final phase is growth. Today we're talking about Chapter 8 in that phase, which is brand and content. Now you might be wondering, well, Josh, in the Big Red Jelly proven process, there's already a brand and content phase. Hasn't that been completed? Of course it has. However, a brand is always changing and evolving. Your brand should be growing and evolving as your company does. Your industry is changing, your competition is changing, your audience is changing, the digital landscape is certainly changing, and the world in which we live is changing all the time. So that's why in our growth service, we will revisit your brand and your content. We'll look back at your brand assets and say, what more do we need? We'll look at your brand visual identity and your messaging and your copywriting and your images and your videos and your content strategy. And we'll say, do we need to make some tweaks? Do we need to add more assets? Do we need to change this? Should we change the verbiage just a little bit here? Should we focus more on this particular subgroup of your ideal target audience? Notice the pattern here. We'll continue to review, revise, iterate, and improve your brand because it should be growing. A stagnant brand is a bad brand. Your brand should be growing and improving. Your customers will appreciate it. Your conversion rates will increase, and inevitably you'll make more money as a company. That's why I love this chapter in the growth phase, because we get to come back and review and revisit your brand. We'll bring back in our brand and content strategists and say, hey, it's time for our client to revisit some of these assets and their brand strategy. Help us get back on track or make some strategic improvements so that we can get to the next level. Brand and content should be evolving and growing just like your company. So let's get into it.